There's a silent showdown happening inside your head right now. It's a battle that decides your productivity, your peace of mind, and maybe even your happiness. And the kicker is both sides are you. Think about it. On one side, you've got your intentions. The part of you that clicked on this video, that's got a to-do list that knows you need to cram for that exam, finish that report, or just chill with a good book. It's the you that craves focus, progress, that nailed-it feeling of a job well done. But on the other side, there's this almost irresistible urge. A force that makes you grab your phone for no reason, open a new browser tab, scroll through a never-ending feed for just 5 more minutes that morphs into 50. It's a part of you that doesn't seem to give a darn about your long-term goals. All it wants is one thing: a quick hit of something new, some stimulation, a little reward right now. Here's the head-scratcher. Why does the part of us that knows what's best for our future keep losing so many battles to the part that just wants instant gratification? Why is it so darn hard to do what we know we need to do? It's not a character flaw. It's not laziness. It's a neurological tug-of-war, a civil war between two operating systems running side by side in your brain. And to figure out how to win this war, first, we need to meet the combatants. To understand this battle, let's give our contenders some names. In the blue corner, we've got what I like to call the architect. He's the logical, planning, visionary part of your brain. It's your prefrontal cortex in action. The architect is the one who sets goals, who visualizes the future, who gets the concept of delayed gratification. He knows that the grind of studying today turns into the joy of passing that test tomorrow. His main gig is building a better future. He's patient, strategic, and plays the long game. In the red corner, we've got a much older and more impulsive force: the Dopamine Monkey. He's not evil. Actually, he's a vital part of our survival system, located in more primitive areas of the brain, like the reward center. The Dopamine Monkey doesn't care about your 5-year plan. His only mission is to seek out what's pleasurable and interesting and avoid what's boring and hard, like right now. He's fueled by a powerful neurotransmitter, dopamine, which is released not just when we get a reward, but in anticipation of it. Every notification, every new video, every little tidbit of irrelevant info is, to him, a shiny, delicious banana. And here's the rub in the modern world. We've built an environment that's a paradise for the Dopamine Monkey and a battleground for the architect. We've given the monkey an endless supply of digital bananas, available 24/7, just a click away. Every time the architect tries to build something meaningful, something that takes effort and concentration, the Dopamine Monkey starts screaming, pointing at the endless glow of the screen, promising an easy and instant reward. And most of the time, his scream is louder. But why does our brain work this way? What's the origin story of this system? Our brain's dopamine system, the engine of our inner monkey, isn't a design flaw. On the contrary, it's one of evolution's most brilliant pieces of engineering. For hundreds of thousands of years, in an environment of scarcity, this system was what guaranteed our survival. Dopamine motivated us to seek out the essentials: food, water, info about predators, opportunities to socialize. Every fruit found, every water source discovered released a little dopamine hit, teaching our brain to repeat that action. The system was perfectly calibrated for a world where rewards were rare and took effort. The problem is that this ancient brain, forged on the savanna, now lives in a digital zoo. The world has changed at warp speed, but our biological hardware is pretty much the same. The system that was designed to make us hunt for rare fruit is now bombarded with an endless supply of digital junk food. Every notification, every like, every 15-second video, every shocking headline is a synthetic fruit, engineered by brilliant minds to be as irresistible as possible. They've hijacked our dopamine system. And the result is that our brain is constantly in a state of overstimulation. The baseline level of dopamine, our floor of satisfaction, keeps going up. And with that, normal activities that require focus and don't offer immediate rewards, like reading a book, studying a dense text, or having a long conversation, become neurologically boring. They just can't compete. It's not that you've lost your willpower. It's that you're fighting a biochemical battle against an enemy that has unlimited data on your weaknesses. Your architect is trying to build a castle with hand tools, while the dopamine monkey has a nuclear-powered excavator. If you're feeling a little bummed out right now, like you're in a losing battle against your own biology, I get it. It paints a bleak picture. But what if I told you that the goal isn't to kill the dopamine monkey? What if the solution isn't a war of extermination, but a peace treaty? Neuroscience and behavioral psychology show us that willpower, on its own, is a limited and unreliable resource. Trying to fight the dopamine system head-on is like trying to stop a wave with your bare hands. Pointless and exhausting. The real solution, the liberating synthesis, isn't about fighting harder, but smarter. The strategy is to get the architect and the monkey working together. How? By making the important stuff more appealing to the monkey. Instead of fighting his desire for rewards, we use it to our advantage. That means breaking down the big, scary tasks that the architect plans into small, manageable chunks, each with its own mini reward. The monkey isn't motivated to write a book, but he might be motivated to write a paragraph in exchange for 5 minutes of downtime. It also means redesigning our environment. If the monkey is drawn to shiny bananas, the smartest move is to take the bananas out of his line of sight. Leave your phone in another room, use website blockers, create a workspace dedicated only to focused tasks. We don't eliminate distractions from the world, but we create little fortresses of concentration where the architect can work in peace, without the constant screaming of the monkey. The synthesis, then, is this. We stop blaming the monkey for being a monkey. Instead, the architect, with his strategic smarts, becomes a monkey trainer. He understands the needs of his impulsive pal and creates a system where doing the right thing is the easiest and most rewarding path. It's not about suppressing your impulses, it's about redirecting them. That all sounds great in theory, but how do we start training our dopamine monkey in real life? We need a practical exercise. A boot camp for our focus. I call this technique the strategic boredom protocol. And I know the word boredom sounds awful, but stick with me because here's the secret. Boredom is to your brain what fasting is to your body. It's a reset. The protocol is simple. Once a day, you're going to schedule a 15 to 20-minute block in your calendar. During this time, your only mission is to do nothing that's highly stimulating. That means no phone, no computer, no TV, no podcasts, not even music. You're intentionally depriving yourself of the digital bananas. What can you do? You can look out the window. You can walk around the house in silence. You can sit and do absolutely nothing. Just observe your thoughts. You can write in a notebook. At first, your brain will scream for stimulation. The dopamine monkey will get impatient, desperately looking for something interesting to do. And your task is simply to observe that restlessness, without giving in to it. The goal here isn't to be productive during those 15 minutes. The goal is to recalibrate your system. By allowing your brain to experience a state of low stimulation, you're lowering your dopamine floor. You're reteaching your brain to find satisfaction in calmer activities. After a session of strategic boredom, picking up a book to read or sitting down to work on a tough task suddenly feels much more interesting and less daunting. You've given your architect a chance to be heard again. It's a small act of rebellion against the attention economy. The journey to regain control of our focus is an ongoing process, a series of small experiments and adjustments. And if you want to dive deeper into the strategies and the science behind it, I highly recommend a book that was a game changer for me. The book is called Focus by Daniel Goleman, the same author as Emotional Intelligence. If this video was the diagnosis of the problem, Goleman's book is the full anatomy of the solution. He explores the 3 types of focus: inner, outer, and empathic, and gives us an arsenal of insights to strengthen what he calls our attention muscle. It's essential reading for anyone living and working in the 21st century. And because this conversation gets so much richer when it's a group effort, I'd love to hear your perspective. The question I'm leaving for our community in the comments is, what's your biggest battle against distraction in your daily life? And what's the small step, the boredom protocol, or another strategy that you're going to try to implement starting today? Reading each other's strategies and challenges is incredibly valuable. If you appreciate these investigations into how our minds work and want to see them continue, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you'd like to directly support the production of more videos like this, think about becoming a member for access to exclusive perks. And of course, our final and most important reminder, this is an exploration of productivity and psychology, not medical advice. If your difficulty concentrating is severe and is significantly impacting your life, it may be a sign of something more, like ADHD. In those cases, the smartest and bravest thing to do is to seek out a qualified doctor or psychologist. Thanks for your attention. In a world that profits from our distraction, choosing where to put your focus might just be the greatest act of rebellion, and the most powerful one.